Brooks Running reminds us that we're all powered by something. Whether it's the me-time energy of a run after a day at the office, the electrifying energy of your first marathon, or the infectious energy of a group run with your friends. No matter what energy powers you, Brooks has gear specifically designed to unleash it. So lace up and let it out. Let's run there. Visit brooksrunning.com today to learn more.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Through the Starbucks College Achievement Plan, full and part-time Starbucks baristas receive 100% upfront college tuition coverage so they can focus on achieving their dreams, not how they'll pay for school. And those dreams might start with a degree in management, biochemistry, or any of the more than 150 offered. At Starbucks, benefits like college tuition coverage are just the start. Learn more at starbucks.com/partners.
It's back to school season, and Clorox is donating 2 million disinfecting wipes to classrooms across America. Because back to school means things can get a little bit messy. Just ask second grade teacher Mr. Torres.
Put me and just one Clorox wipe on a team, we can take on crayon smudges, sticky fingerprints on every surface, sneezes on the door handle, juice box explosion by the sink, snack crumbs, and don't even get me started on the bathroom passes.
Clorox disinfecting wipes, teacher's #1 wipe.
Think about it. Bathroom passes.
Clean feels good. Based on unit sales data.
Leading a business today means constantly adapting. On the Executive Insights podcast, brought to you by AWS, global leaders share how they're making tough calls, testing bold ideas, and putting innovation into practice, generative AI included. If you're looking for real stories behind what's working, this is it. Subscribe to the Executive Insights podcast today, available now on all major podcast platforms.
Detroit Koolaid listeners, Detroit Koolaid listeners, it's your boy, at Chops in the D. Wow, the crowd was going wild here, right? Oh, thanks, appreciate the intro, making me feel loved here. Okay, let's dive right into it. It is a Friday edition of the Kool-Aid Packet. You know we're here to give you this delicious Honolulu blue flavored Kool-Aid 3 days a week. We give it to you on the packets, the short, quick hits on Mondays and Fridays. You get the flagship show on Wednesdays. Oh, we're pumping out the content. We're loving football. We're loving life right now. Week 3 already. It feels like we waited for so long for football to come back, and now the season is just flying by. I'm going to give you a little preview. Lions versus Ravens on Monday Night Football. It's prime time. After just an amazing bounce back from our Lions against the Bears last week, you got the review of that on Monday and Wednesday. Now we're going to talk all things Lions Ravens here today. And like the host of the show says, man, I don't have time to mess around. I got to get right into it. So let's go. I'm going to go position by position today. I'm going to give you a little bit of a breakdown of kind of how we stack against these Ravens. Give you some comparisons, give you some stats. I feel like I had someone hit me up on the Twitterverse and they were like, Choppy, you haven't been giving the people the stats that they like. It's hard to do early in the season because there's obviously not a whole lot to compare, but I think there's some stories that can be told here by the statistics that we've been seeing here in week 2 and week 1. So let's dive into it. Let's go head to head, position by position, Lions versus Ravens. Of course, you know I'm going to start with the quarterback. You know I'm going to talk about my boy Jared Goff after he had just a phenomenal offensive player of the week honors for the NFC last week with his dominant performance with the Bears. Of course, we're going to talk about Lamar. This is a really great matchup. Jared Goff for the season looking really good so far. Like 80% completion rate. I think he's already got like 560 yards with 6 tugs. and 1 pick, passer rating of a 125. So he is, after a rough week 1 for the entire offense, he pulling like he does. And we know who Jared Goff is, right? He's a winner. He's going to put up numbers. He's going to put the ball exactly where it needs to go. The big one with the quarterbacks is Lamar Jackson, okay? This guy is a very underrated passer, in my opinion. So far this season, his completion rate's like 68%. He has a career completion percentage of 65%. Over 20,000 passing yards to add to those 6,000 career rushing yards. He is not just a, bumbling, rumbling, stumbling, scrambling guy. Like, he can throw, he can put the ball where it needs to go, and then he can beat you with his legs too. So this is a dude that the Lions are going to have to be, obviously the Lions defense is going to have to scheme to Lamar. You got to contain him. You can't let him get outside. He will hurt you if you let him. He will run up the middle. He'll run up the sides. He'll do whatever he needs to do with his legs to complete drives, continue drives. He's a tough out on 3rd down for sure. So this is going to be a big storyline for me. Can the Lions contain Lamar Jackson? Can the edge play hold up? Are we going to be able to get to him? The Lions' edges have not hit a whole bunch of sacks. Hutch got his first one last week, but it's just, we got to contain this guy. I think they may have a little bit of a special game plan. One of the things that I kind of had circle on here is, will the Lions defense, will Shep use Brian Branch, my boy, Brian Branch, as a Lamar Jackson spy? Let the other guys deal with the secondary and just keep him locked in on Lamar. Get him and use him to rush as a potential sack candidate there. How are they gonna manage this game against Lamar? Because it is a big topic of conversation.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contracts. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
This episode is sponsored by Friskies, who would like to tell your cats hi. Now, if that didn't get your cat's attention, there is one thing that always does the trick. Just pour some Friskies crunchy food in the bowl and you'll hear those paws come running. Works every time. With so many Friskies choices, you can always bring your cats running from their secret napping spots. There's always more to explore. See for yourself at friskies.com or visit your local store.
Good night, itchy eyes. Good night, sudden sneeze. Good night to your symptoms of allergies. Xyzal is the allergy medicine you take before bed. It provides powerful relief while you rest your head. Not just all night, but all the next day. Xyzal keeps working, keeping allergies at bay. And without those annoying symptoms disturbing your rest, you can wake up the next morning feeling your absolute best. Remember, be wise all, take Xyzal. At night.
Hey, this is Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast, here to help you make the most of your summer with Michelob Ultra, a superior light beer worth playing for. Play for it with the guys when you're competing to see who can sink more birdies on the golf course, because winning tastes even better with Ultra on the line. Play for Ultra. Fill your fridge with Michelob Ultra this summer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Are your business expenses playing hide and seek? With Uber for Business, the small spends that slip through the cracks, like rides and meals, go right where you need them. Because it integrates with leading expense platforms, you can say goodbye to surprise costs, missing dollars, or chasing receipts. Everything's track downable. Uber for Business. Make small steps that make a big impact. Learn more at uber.com/small steps.
Group, let's talk about the running backs a little bit. Of course, the Ravens got Derrick Henry, they've got Justice Hill. I feel like those two have kind of been, the core for the Ravens running backs for a little bit here. Of course, we know what Derrick Henry is, man. The guy is just going to punish you. He is, right now, I think he's got 192 rushing yards, averaging 5 yards per attempt, 2 tugs, so far this year, but this dude is just a downhill mauler. He's been doing it for years, and he has really complimented Lamar Jackson in that running game for the Ravens for quite a few years now. So I like Lamar and Henry combo rushing, but the Lions have this crew beat, I would say, when it comes to rushing. I said it earlier in my season predictions. To me, Jahmyr Gibbs is the ultimate RB1. I know we were talking more fantasy, but Jahmyr Gibbs can do everything. He can pound it up the middle. He can run it to the outside. He's got moves once he gets in time and space. He can catch. And then, of course, you've got my boy, D-Money. There, I said it. I did my gimmick for Demo, faux show, another SCO. They each have, they've each got a touchdown, but D-Money can catch the ball as well. So he's more of the, run up the middle kind of guy, goal line guy, but he's got speed and he's got athleticism that I think gets overlooked a bit because Ja is so athletic, but there is not a better running back duo, none a better 1-2 punch in the NFL than Sonic and Knuckles. And yes, Derrick Henry is big. Yes, Derrick Henry is nasty and mean. And yes, he is going to just try to pound you up the middle. But I think with the Lions' interior pressure, with those D tackles in the middle and the edges being able to collapse, they're going to be able to contain Henry a little bit better than he has been so far this year. He ran wild all over the Browns. He didn't really need to because that was just an absolute butt kicking there. And of course, we know on the Sunday night showdown against the Bills, it was more on the hands of Lamar. With a lot more passing in that game. But I will take the Lions running duo over the Ravens running backs at this point in time. So there's a big checkbox for the Lions when it comes to the running backs. Let's talk a little wide receivers. Okay, of course, ARSB. Amon-Ra. I think Stash might be able to help me out a little bit here on that one. Let's go, Stash.
Amon-Ra.
Let's talk about Amon-Ra versus Zay Flowers. Zay has had a really nice start to the season so far. 14 receptions, 218 yards, 15 yards per catch, and 1 touchdown. We know what Amon-Ra has been. 13 catches for 160 yards, averaging 12.3 yards, but then those 3 tugs because ARSB just scores. He just does. He's just him. Highly productive. We know what ARSB is. Zay Flowers, a nice little surprise. He is clearly their wide receiver 1 when it comes to that. I give the edge to the Lions again on that. Amon-Ra is just the man. Like when you need to move the chains, when you need a touchdown, when you gotta get something quick, when you can get him to the outside, you can get him to up the middle. Really nice in the slot there. ARSB is gonna dominate again. I think this middle of the field here is a little bit because they're linebackers. They run that 3-4. The linebackers are a bit more focused on the quarterback. I think that's going to lead up and open up some room for ARSB to just kind of to feast. I'm predicting another 10 targets, 9 receptions, over 100 yards again. I don't know if he's going to quite get 3 tugs, but I think he's going to be good for 2 this game, and he's going to get a lot of yak, if you ask me, when it comes to this matchup here on Monday night.
It's the Smucker's Uncrustables podcast with your host, Uncrustables. Okay, today's guest is rough around the edges. Please welcome Crust.
Thanks for having me.
Today's topic, he's round with soft, pillowy bread.
Hey.
Filled with delicious PB&J.
Are you talking about yourself?
And you can take him anywhere.
Why'd you invite?
And we are out of time.
Are you really cutting me off?
Uncrustables are the best part of the sandwich. Sorry, Crust.
Who says you can't be the topic of conversation for all the right reasons? The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid pairs bold presence with advanced technology and sleek style. It's everything you didn't know you needed in an SUV and then some. Okay, Hyundai. Visit HyundaiUSA.com to learn more.
Walmart Business is in the business of helping your business. Regardless of whether you're building bridges, building spreadsheets, or building lesson plans. Ooh, that looks fun. Walmart Business can help save you time, money, and hassle so you can focus on what you're building instead of what your supply closet is missing. In short, we take care of business so you can do more with yours. We're the Walmart you love, now for your business. Learn more at business.walmart.com.
Are you a forward thinker? Then you need an HR and finance platform that thinks like you do. Workday is the AI platform that helps propel your organization, your workforce, and your industry into the future. Workday, moving business forever forward.
Don't chew on that, Max.
Cooper loves that chew too.
Oh, now he's into Cooper's food. Wow, he is loving it. What do you feed Cooper?
Blue Buffalo Life Protection Formula. He never leaves a crumb. I love it because it's made with high-quality protein, nutrient-rich fruits and veggies, and wholesome whole grains.
Looks like we're switching to Blue.
Blue Buffalo foods are made with the superior ingredients your dog needs to thrive. Can your dog food say that? Visit feedbluefood.com to learn more.
Comparing the wide receiver twos, you're looking at Bateman and hashtag JMO Of course, I'm giving that to that matchup to JMO Fast. The dude makes big plays, right? He's 6 receptions, a touchdown, 131 yards already this year, 21 average yards per reception, where Bateman's kind of, muddling around the middle, 4 catches, 25 yards. Not much to speak of over there. So this is a huge check mark for the Lions, in my opinion. The offensive explosive fireworks that we showed last week against the Bears. I don't think there's going to be any let up there against the Ravens. Let's talk about the tight ends real quick. The Laporta supporters have been very happy with what they've seen out of Sammy Biscuits this year. 9 catches, 100 yards. Hasn't quite sniffed the end zone yet, but Mark Andrews has been a bit banged up. There was lots of questions like, would Isaiah likely take over from Mark Andrews? We know he's had a hell of a career, but this year only 2 catches for 7 yards from Mark Andrews. So they have not been relying on the tight ends very much at all. Let me see here. I don't even think Isaiah likely has really gotten into the fold yet because he was a bit injured. So I don't think he has really played much at all in the 2025 season. So this is another check mark for the Lions. The Lions offense is going to be dangerous, people. It's probably not going to be quite as ridiculously dangerous as it was against the Bears. But they are dangerous. They are clicking. I think they had something to prove. And the Lions have something to prove here this week, too. We'll dive into that a little bit more. Another check mark for me when it comes to the Lions when we're talking about the tight end play. Let's move on to the defense here. I had a whole bunch of offensive stats I want to give you, but I think I gave you the player-by-player breakdown, so we're good there. So let's shift over to the defense. Like we talked about, the Ravens run that 3-4 defense. They've got some really nice player personnel when it comes to that secondary with Kyle Hamilton, Malik Starks, Nate Wiggins. Some really nice players there. But I don't think those guys are going to be able to cover the weapons and the schemes that the Lions are going to play out. On their front, they got Metabuke, who has gotten to the quarterback quite a bit. I think Roquan Smith is always dangerous to get to the quarterback there, but a little bit like Travis Jones, Broderick Washington. I think they may be able to expose that. The Lions are going to be able to run the ball against this team too. I think that's kind of where I think that's something that's a little bit underrated right now with these Ravens. So Ravens have let up 58 points. And yeah, I know a lot of that was from the Buffalo Bills on that big shootout, but Cleveland was able to do some things against them as too. So they're giving up 29 points a game, 118 total yards, 23 yards against on the ground. So the Lions are going to be able to expose that, I think. We're going to establish the run early, and that's going to open up the play action pass. I think that the script that we kind of ran, we ran a pretty nice script, though we were able to do whatever we wanted to against the Bears. But I'm looking forward to seeing these explosive fireworks continue on and for there to be no setbacks on the offensive side of the ball. Stick to our game plan. John Morton knows what he's doing. We proved that. I don't want to hear any more about the hashtag golf train. Jared Goff can't win without Sean McVay. He can't win without Benedict. Now, those storylines are old now. I don't want to hear it. But the Lions defense.
As a scientist, I can tell you that Sundays are only 24 hours long. But with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you get every game every Sunday all in one place. That's upwards of 30 hours of NFL in one day. How can there be 30 hours in 24 hours, you ask? I have a theory. Magic. New users get NFL Sunday Ticket for 8 payments of $34.50 per month. Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games and commercial use. Terms and embargoes apply. Availability varies.
This episode is brought to you by ESPN. Catch the first WWE Premium Live event on ESPN, WrestlePalooza, live on Saturday, September 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be an epic night in Indianapolis, featuring some of the biggest WWE superstars. This event is only on ESPN, so go to stream.espn.com and sign up to the ESPN app today for your all-access pass to WrestlePalooza and all WWE Premium Live events.
New Vitamin Water Zero Sugar Pineapple Passion Fruit is packed with vitamins. Just like the amount of peas we packed in that sentence. It's packed like your tote bag. The one you stole from your ex. Or your overpriced half a studio apartment. Or extra rushed rush hour traffic. Packed like your calendar. Triple booked at 5, of course. Grab a Vitamin Water. Did we mention it's packed with vitamins?
This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. Healthcare professionals can lead their careers with LinkedIn. Discover jobs by specialty, preferred shifts, and even desired salary. From mental health therapists to radiology technicians, it's now faster and easier for healthcare professionals to find the right fit. Learn more at linkedin.com/healthcare. Side effects may include faster job placement, improved work-life balance, and increased career satisfaction.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Offense, after a little bit of a rough showing against Green Bay, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but only 48 points allowed, 24 points a game, 600 total yards, which is significantly better than the Ravens. They have allowed 4 touchdowns through the air, 2 on the ground. Sack comparison with these two teams, Lions have 4, Ravens have 3, each team with 1 interception this year so far, but I'm going to give the check here to the Lions defense. I think that we have some potential to look higher up in the rankings with our defense. Yes, I think that this is going to be a shootout, but I think that there are some big plays to be made on defense. I think Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, those guys are going to get their hands on a ball this week. I'm predicting at least 1, maybe 2 interceptions. I think Lamar's going to scramble, and maybe Hutch is going to force another interception like he did last week, force some bad decisions there. So I'm excited. It's going to be an epic showdown, people. You know that the Lions have a chip on their shoulder, and what happens when the Lions have a chip on their shoulder? They come out and they shell out. All right. And when I talk about chip on our shoulder, it's about the history of this game. The Lions have never won in Baltimore. Never. 0-4 all time on the road against the Ravens. Okay. The Ravens, on the other hand, are like 5-0 in their last games on Monday Night Football. So the history tells you that this is going to be the Ravens. The odds makers. This was crazy to me. The betting odds on the Ravens right now, 4.5 point favorites. Yes, I understand they're in Baltimore. I get that, but that is insane. 4.5 points of a favorite in any NFL game when you're talking about 2 heavyweight teams is just ridiculous. So I think the Lions are going to come in here and they're going to be pissed. They're going to be pissed that they're this big underdog. I know they like the underdog card, right? I know they're going to tell you, oh, this is a great team. No one expects us. That Dan freaking Campbell wants to go into Baltimore and pound the rock, fling the ball over the field, play some nice defense, and show the world that we are for real, that Green Bay was just a blip on the radar, but this is who we are. We are the brand new Lions. And you know what? We sure as hell are still this.
The king in the north.
We are definitely not giving it up, people. We are going to continue.
The king in the north.
To be the king in the north. Let's get down to some predictions here. Okay, I forgot to mention too, the over-under is set at 53. People, I think that's a little bit laughable to me. I'm not going to lie. All right, the Ravens have already had a showdown in primetime with Buffalo. Get ready for another one. You're going to see me a lot of this when the hashtag golf train is throwing the ball over the field. This game is going to get out of hand. Yes, I expect there to be a couple of defensive plays that are, game-changing plays, whether it's a curb stomp, interception, maybe it's a big hooch, strip sack fumble. Oakrey said this game was going to come down to the wire. I agree with that. His prediction was 31-30. Lions win. Folks, I think that's a little light. I think I'm gonna have to take it up a notch here. I'm gonna have to say 41-39. Lions are gonna win this game. It's gonna come down to the last drive. I think it's gonna be the Lions, and I think it's gonna be a game-winning touchdown late in the fourth quarter, last possession of the game. Lions win. Let's go. I can't wait for it. I hope you like the packet. You're going to get another packet. This is the other crazy thing. You are going to get another packet before this Ravens game. Oakrey's going to drop it on Monday. You're going to get more previews, more predictions. I know we already touched on it on the flagship show and now on the Kool-Aid packet, but this is a Monday Night Football. This is prime time. You got to be ready to go. We do these who
the millions.
We do them for the millions and the millions.
And millions of the Rocks fans.
That's right. We do. So let's go. We are going to rock it out in Baltimore. It's not an easy dub, but it's going to be a knockdown, fist-throwing slobber knocker. Huge fireworks, lots of offense. Let's go, Lions.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you. Ooh. Find your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
Welcome to Sephora. I'm looking for a perfume that's not too perfumey. I got you.
Serum moisturizer or moisturizer serum.
Let's get into layering.
My concealer is making me look worse.
Sounds like the wrong shade. Let's get you matched.
There's only one store that really gets what you're going for. Get beauty from people who get beauty. Only at Sephora.
Hi, Let's get you a basket.
This episode is presented by State Farm. Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like expecting the leadership of a team captain on the football field, but getting a sea captain. You wouldn't settle for just anything for your team. Shouldn't it be the same for your insurance? So don't settle for just any insurance when you can go with a leader. State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
As a sports fan, I have to confess. Sometimes the game gets kind of boring. That's when I unfold my Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 and use multi-window viewing on its large screen. Boring game? I'm checking out my fantasy baseball league at the same time. Score still 1-0? I'm replying to emails in the other window, scoring points with the boss. Semifinals finally getting exciting? I'm buying tickets to the finals and booking my flights. Can your phone do that?
The new Galaxy Z Fold 7. Get yours at Samsung.com.
If you thought goldenly breaded McDonald's chicken couldn't get more golden, think Golder, because new sweet and smoky special edition gold sauce is here. Made for your chicken favorites. At participating McDonald's for a limited time.
Drink it in, man.